Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where today you can see we have the Marvel Legends 85th years Iron Fist and Luke Cage 2-pack, and since I already had them out of the box I figured I'd just show the box off. I mean, I'm trying to phase out showing the boxes, but sometimes it's okay to show the boxes. You get the art right there, same art but bigger on the back, says their names. Pretty nice. Marvel 85 years on the top. Legal stuff. The insert is pretty nice. If you wanted to keep that, you can pull it out. I don't really keep those things. I've kept maybe 2 of them, and they end up getting crushed because I don't use them, so. But, I mean, this would be kind of nice for, like, a Civil War display, because I'm pretty sure these are the looks they wore in Civil War. If I remember correctly, I think Luke Cage's is a little bit inaccurate for Civil War, maybe, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not buying them because they're Civil War looks. I'm buying them because they're kick-ass action figures. Let me get the camera fixed real quick. Oh, you gotta look at the behind the scenes. Let's get that camera fixed. Okay, I have to stop the recording. And yes, actually, that was Lego that you saw fall down. This is what I used to hold up my phone. Very professional, I know, but it works well enough. Sometimes you gotta be crafty. Okay, so the figures we get here are Iron Fist and Luke Cage. In my opinion, one of the best duos in all of comics. You know, they're not Batman and Robin levels, but very few are. But at least in Marvel comics, from what I can think of, the only other duo I think I've read more and enjoyed more is Spidey and Wolverine, maybe. I love those two together. Because besides that, I really can't think of anyone else that is as great as these two. I mean, there's the Cap and Iron Man, but they're not really buddies. So, I mean, Wolverine is not really buddies with anyone either, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. We'll take a look at the least desirable figure first. For most people, I didn't have a Luke Cage, so I'm glad I got this. I didn't pick up the 70s, Marvel Knights Wave Luke Cage, because that Luke Cage, people were saying was shit, and I feel like most of that wave was shit. I still want to pick up Lady Bullseye just because she looks cool. I'd like to have a couple of the Mindless One Build-A-Figure as a deluxe release, but I don't want to build him out because that's just an expensive Build-A-Figure for a army builder. I hate when they do army Build-A-Figures, and then I might pick up a couple of the Fist Ninjas. They're pretty. They're basically the Hand Ninja, but with skulls and shit. So you can blend those into the ranks. So I'll probably eventually pick those up to fight my Daredevil and get an Elektra, that type of shit. But as far as Luke Cage goes, he's pretty cool looking. I mean, it's a dude in a yellow t-shirt, so it's not the most exciting look, but I think it works pretty well with an action figure because there's not really much articulation that needs to be hidden. And one thing I will say is, Mezco, you gave us Iron Fist. Give us Luke Cage. This fits perfectly with your guys' aesthetic. If they never give us a Luke Cage, I'll be happy with this one and all. But, a Mezco Luke Cage would just go so hard. It would go so hard. And then they would be able to give us, bullet effects, like they did with Superman, I bet. Oh, it'd be so cool. But yeah, he looks great. He's got Cage on his belt. It says Cage. And then his fist, brass knuckle, also says Cage. And then you also get the reverse of that says Luke. So if you want to imprint your name onto someone's forehead when you punch him, you can. And then he comes with a grippy hand for the other side. So you don't get 2 of these clawed hands, which I don't like when Hasbro does this. I don't like when any company does this, but Hasbro, I feel like is the most egregious with it. They don't give us matching hands. And I like symmetry. I want to do the same. If I want to do the same move from each side or whatever, the same shot from each side. So at least they gave us 2 fisting hands. But I kind of wish they would have given us, for the amount of hands, spoiler alert, that Iron Fist gets, I think that they should have given Luke Cage at least a couple sets. At least 2 sets of this. I appreciate the grippy hand. I do. And He doesn't come with anything to grip, but like if it would have came with like a metal bar or something, that would have been cool, like bent in half or something. That would have been okay, but... And then, as far as other accessories, he just comes with a angry head sculpt. And as far as those go, the one on him in the package is very loose. I don't know if this angry... Yeah. The angry head's a little tighter, so be careful with that. I pop it like a little bit up on the ball for this one because it's pretty loose on there. So, yeah. But we're going to put the very, very stoic one back on him because I think of Luke Cage more as a stoic guy. He does get angry, he does brawl, but I like him, calm, cool, and collected when he's kicking ass. I do wish he came with like the glasses look, like an alternate head for that, because I like that look for him. Even though it's not really that accurate for this, I like that look. And yeah. And this gets me closer to that the Spider-Man cartoon, the Drake Bell one. I think it's Ultimate Spider-Man. I grew up on that. Grew up is a loose term. I think that show was around on like 2016, so I was like 14 when that show came out. I was too old to be watching it, I think, when it came out, but I loved it because I loved Drake Bell at the time. I'm a huge fan of Drake and Josh. I know what he did is wrong, but I'm gonna just choose to separate the art from the artist here. And then Logan Miller was Nova in that show, and Logan Miller is one of my favorite actors, so I really loved that show. So now I just need to get the white... Now I just need to get the white tiger, or whatever her name was. Was it? It's Anya Corazon, right? Or is that Spider-Girl? She might be the same. I don't remember. I haven't seen the show in so long. But I got 4 of the characters. If they never give us her, I'll maybe commission a custom or something, because I want that team. It's not accurate to the show, but I just kind of like that team. I don't know. They all bullied Spidey, so they were all dicks in the show, but I still liked the show. I don't know. It's not the best show ever, but for a kid learning about the Marvel Universe, I think it was pretty cool. They even got you some Spider-Verse stuff in there, which was really cool. And we got to see Agent Venom and everything. I do plan on picking up the reissue of the Amazing Yamaguchi Agent Venom, and that will go with them as well. Same with Kazar and Zabu were also in the show. Cloak and Dagger were in the show. I think they also did a Superior Spider-Man episode, if I remember correctly. The show went pretty deep with its cuts. But, yeah, like I was saying, the belt looks nice. It's actually a belt. It looks like a belt. It goes all the way around. Not a lot of paint on this guy. You get the paint on the face, paint on the belt, and that's about it. Paint on the brass knuckles, or gold knuckles, I guess. But yeah, one thing I will say is I'm not normally a stickler. It looks better in person, but on camera, you can tell these have a bit of a different sheen. I guess you could just say that's an ashy, I guess, but, I don't like that. Sometimes, like, it is nice they're pinless, so they're great. And I'm personally the type of guy that doesn't give a shit about pins. I'm not a stickler for pins, aesthetically, but functionality-wise, I've learned that the non-pinless stuff makes the joints less gummy, so I like that more now that I've learned that. But yeah. So for articulation, we'll just go over it. He's got a little dumbbell type thing up at the top of the head, so he doesn't get a lot of movement. People love this setup, and I'm sure it would be a good setup if it got more range, but it doesn't get all that much range. I mean, it gets that much down, or up, and that much down. Like, you gotta pop the head off if you want more range. You do get good tilt out of it, which is nice, but I don't know. It's not as bad, and it's not as egregious for a character like Luke Cage. He's just going to be walking around punching motherfuckers in the face, but, I wish I had more range. I like the hinge setup. Until they can get a better setup, I like the hinge setup. The arm can go up to there, so that's pretty good. You can actually probably push it a little farther. You got a bicep swivel. You got a double-jointed pinless elbow. That is a little stuck. They're always like that out of the package. Then you got the hinge, the side-to-side hinge on, or yeah, up and down. It depends on how you want to look at it. It's a side-to-side hinge for the hand. You got a hinge at the waist. Go down, up, down that far. Forward that far, back that far, and then you also have a swivel at the waist. I like the setup more than a ball joint, at least for Marvel Legends, because they don't know, especially I feel like on a bigger dude, they wouldn't be able to get good range out of it. So for now, I'm good with this setup. And so Mezco wants to give us a shot at this guy, because this guy just works. I don't know how they haven't given us him. They've given us an Iron Fist. Whatever. Okay, and legs can kick forward that far. Not great, but you can like kind of fake it and do more with it. Also, this isn't like he's not a agile guy, so that's not too bad. Can kick back that far, kick out that far. Not terrible. You got a thigh swivel, upper thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knee. Doesn't quite make it to the back. If you push it, you can, but it's gonna obviously spring back out. And then you have a hinge at the foot that doesn't really give you a lot. This is how much back it gives you. This is how much forward it gives you. And then you have forward facing pivot rocker. So overall, although I feel like this is the least desirable figure of this set for most people, maybe not anymore, because the people thought the 70s Luke Cage was a disappointment. Maybe people will want this one more. But yeah. Now we have the more desirable figure for most people. I personally, like I said, wanted them both. I like both characters a lot, and you kind of can't have one without the other at this point, you know? So, Danny looks great. Danny looks so great. He just, the chest tattoo, I've always loved the chest tattoo. This is my favorite look for Danny Rand. I like the shirtless look as well, and the gold and white look is pretty cool too, but I just like this look. And we don't talk about the Netflix look. The Netflix look fucking sucks. And then you got the little booties, you know. It's a green jumpsuit with hints of yellow, basically. You got the yellow sash, the yellow mask, the yellow collar that goes down to like a stitched lining, and then you got the booties. And yeah, I love this figure so much. So now I gotta get a Shang-Chi to go with him. I wanted to pick that Shang-Chi up from that the Demogoblin wave, I think it was, a while ago, but he's expensive now. So I'm thinking about just picking up Quick Kick, the G.I. Joe character, and customizing him, maybe swapping a head on him and stuff, and turning him into a Shang-Chi. We'll see. But yeah. So he has the same head setup, which, like I said, I don't like. It gets a little more range on Danny, I think, but just because I feel like the hinge wouldn't have done much anyway. It would have gotten in the way. This is a pretty hard plastic, and you know, the head, and this also articulates, by the way, so that's something that I don't even think the Mezco did, so that's pretty dope. And then you can look down only that much, you can get good tilt, so that's good. But for a character like Danny, it's the opposite of Luke. He needs a head articulation. He needs to be able to, he's not going to be crunching, but he's going to be like up in the air, bending around and posing and doing crazy shit. So yeah. And for the arms, they go up to there. I forgot to mention, he has a butterfly joint that goes that far back and not far forward. I prefer to go more forward, but okay. Danny also has a butterfly joint that doesn't do that much forward, but with conjunction with everything else, you can get him in a good punching pose. And it goes that far back. And then he's got a ball jointed waist, which we'll see what that looks like. You can just turn and do all the crazy stuff. It can go that far back, that far forward, and then the hinge gives you all the way down. So this is actually, and then that far back. This is actually, I feel like, probably better than the Renew Your Vows body for Spider-Man in terms of articulation. Maybe it's because he's a skinnier guy, which I don't know. I do picture Danny as a skinny dude, but not skinnier than Spidey. Maybe I'm wrong. But the arms can go up to there. Got a double jointed pinless elbow. And like I said, always stuck. You know, these guys are tight, which I do prefer over being loose. Then you got the hinge on the hands that he comes with. We'll take a look at those more in accessories. Go forward to there. Go out to there, which, yeah, this is not great for Iron Fist. Like I said, he needs more articulation. They did great with the arms and the torso setup. Now we just need it for the legs a little bit more going out and stuff. But it's not terrible. You can still get good kicks and stuff. Go forward that far. I don't know if I showed that. You can go back. You got double jointed knee. You got a swivel there. And then you've got the forward-facing pin for rocker and the hinge up. It can go back that far and forward that far. And he's actually got a toe joint. I think this is one of the first Marvel Legends outside of the Renew Your Vows body that has a toe joint, which is, you know, people go crazy for the toe joint. I don't really give a shit either way, but for a crunching fighting character, it's good. I don't really care if they move everyone to having toe joints, but for like spider-like characters and stuff, I do appreciate that. So for Danny, he comes with an alternate angry head. It looks pretty nice, actually. It looks like the same dude under there. You can tell that that's the same guy. And I do wish he came with an unmasked Danny Rand head. That would have been dope. Or like a ripped up mask. That would be really cool. They need to start doing that with like their masked characters. At least like Spider-Man and Daredevil. Daredevil's would be probably a helmet for a lot of it. Then you'd have to make it look like metal. But, you know. But this is nice. What I'm getting at is this is nice. But it would be cool to get a unmasked Danny Rand head. And then you get the reverse for the hands. You get a chopping hand and a fist hand for the reverses. And then you get these more clawed, you know, gonna grab your head and smash it into the ground type hands. And then you get these more like also type of clawed hands. They look more like a Sai holding hand. He doesn't come with any weapons, but I'm sure you can find some ninja weapons if you want to give him some, especially if you have the Mezco. He came with a few, I know. But this is also a type of, I'm sure, a type of martial arts pose hand. And then you get the actual iron fisted hands. So those just plug on over the fists. They're very loose. And you got to get them perfectly on. Like, you got to, but, you know, they look good. These came with Pyro. I don't know if that's the first figure that they were on, but they came with Pyro, so they're cool to get in this set. And then I wanted to just do a singular head swap. I wanted to, for Luke, I wanted to take a look, because like I said, I like the glasses look for Luke. I just wanted to see what the blade head would look like on him. Okay, that looks not good. The skin tone, for one, doesn't match up. His head is way more gray, and then it's too small. But I like the smaller, or the glasses for Luke, so I figured I'd just look and see if it looked okay, and it doesn't, so that's okay. I'm not exactly against the non-glasses look for Luke, but so that will bring us into size comparisons. We'll get these guys all set up. Let's get them like there. Okay, and then for size comparisons, we'll start off with blade. So we have the better blade, in my opinion. I think this blade is more posable. Well, maybe not more posable, but his arms go down to the side better. And this is Blade from the Netflix series, Man-Thing Build-A-Figure with. And then the newer Blade with that head on. The head does not match very well in this skin tone. These skin tones do not look good, but yeah, you know, these are the types of heads I prefer more. I don't like the flat top Wesley Snipes look. Sue me, but and then since these guys were, I think, and this was the looks they had in Civil War, we have the Iron Spider, and we'll go with the Captain America. Well, let me get him out of his pose. So yeah, we got Cap. And yes, Cap does have a gun. I like giving Cap guns. So, Cap is noticeably smaller than Luke. Yeah, a little bit smaller than Luke, so. And Cap's knees weren't bent or anything, so that's crazy. But you think a Cap is like a big dude, but I mean, sometimes he is just a normal guy, so that can work. And then we have the Hot Claws Wolvie right here. Put him right there, or we can, yeah, more of a straight up and down pose. And then we have the Mezco Toys Wolvie, and I have him in a more Wolverine pose to make him shorter. This is the way I'd always have him pose, so this is the way he's gonna have a size comparison. So yeah, they look all pretty nice together. The only difference is head sizes. I feel like Mezco runs a little larger with their head sizes. And then for some Defenders action, we've got the 2-pack Daredevil. And I don't have a Jewel. I hope that the Hasbro updates Jewel, because I don't want to spend the $80 on the box set, because I think it goes for about $80 now. I think the Jewel figure now goes for even more. But last time I looked, it was like 80 bucks. But I do have a Punisher. So they all look pretty nice together for the time being. But I just do hope they update Jewel. We are getting an updated Punisher. Not in this look. He doesn't have the white and everything, but we are getting an updated Punisher, which is pretty cool. A lot of people thought we wouldn't get that, me included. So for some more Marvel Knights type stuff, let me get the... I don't know if you'd associate Deathlock with Marvel Knights, but he's a more grounded Marvel character, so I'm just going to put him there. Plus, he's like one of my favorite black Marvel characters, so that's pretty dope. I forgot to grab Nova. Let me go grab Nova. I will be right back. Okay, well, this isn't Nova, but I will do Nova as a size comparison, but I want to put Deadpool in here. This is the Mezco Deadpool, the only Deadpool I have. I destroyed the Marvel Legends one that I had. Try to make like a Spawn looking custom guy, but that looked like shit. Yeah, he looks pretty okay. He's not much taller than the Danny Rand, so that's nice. And then we'll get Deathlock out of there. And then I just want to do the comparison I wanted to do. We've got Spidey, obviously, the Renew Your Vows body Spidey. And then we have the Richard Rider Nova. This isn't the Sam Alexander one, but I feel like this fits better in this scale. I mean, they were kids in the show that I'm talking about. They were all kids. I know it's weird to see, like, Danny Rand and Luke Cage as kids, but they were teenagers, believe it or not. But, yeah, this is the size comparison I kind of wanted to see. So, yeah. I can do a couple DC things in there just to get you off my willy. We got the Mafex Nightwing, a.k.a. the best fucking Nightwing figure for now. Until the Mezco comes out, we'll see. Then we have the Mezco Batman. And yeah, even Batman's a lot smaller than Luke Cage. And this is one of the bigger, I feel like the bigger normal sized bodies that I have. Like, he's not bigger than Hulk or the Thing or anything, but for a normal guy, he's a pretty big guy. Or maybe it's just the muscle mass I'm looking at. So yeah, overall, this is a really good pack. I recommend you pick it up before it skyrockets on the aftermarket. And I'm sure it will skyrocket on the aftermarket. It's a very good 2-pack. And Big Bad Toy Store has it in stock right now for about 50 bucks. So that's a pretty good price. And yeah, these guys are really dope. If you want to see what they look like with Amazing Yamaguchi, I don't know if I showed Amazing Yamaguchi. We'll put the Spidey in there. Oh yeah, I did. I showed the Iron Spider. But that's just what he looks like. I'm not taking him out of the pose he's in. So yeah, we'll be doing the Scarlet Spider next. So, little teaser for that. You know, got some good Spider-Man action. It's been a little bit since I bought a Spider-Man figure. No, it's not. I just bought the Amazing Yamaguchi one like last month. But, you know, since I bought a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, it's been a little bit. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Pick these guys up, especially if you're a Defenders fan, because these guys are dope. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.